So core essential number one, like you saw in the introductory video, that me and my team coach and tell people about, is hydration. But not all water is actually created equal. Let me give you a little short history lesson of how we've actually gotten this technology into our homes. Back in the 1930s, the Russians wanted to go and study the hundreds of people high in the Himalaya mountains in Russia because they were living extremely long and healthy and just wanted to know why. Well, it turns out that one of the factors that's helping them live longer is that they're drinking ionized, electron-rich, microclustered water that actually comes high from glacier ice that melts, comes down the stream and ionizes, bashing up against the rocks, which is causing the water to become alkaline, absorbing oxygen from the atmosphere, which gives this water a high antioxidant value. And then from the melted glacier snow, it's actually microclustered, meaning that the clusters of the water are actually smaller in size. That way the water is able to penetrate the cell wall much easier. So this ionized, alkaline, antioxidant, microclustered water, the Russians were like, hey, let's put this into a technology and try to make it affordable and the ability for people to put this device in their home. Well, they were not able to find a technology to be able to do that. So the Japanese decided to take that discovery from the Russians, and they developed it into what the company now is called eNagic. They are the only ionizer manufacturer that actually has a medically certified device, so we actually call it Kangen water. Now this device makes 7 different types of water, but we primarily just want to focus on the drinkability of this water and why this water is separated from the rest of the waters that we drink. So we're going to look at 3 properties: the pHs of water, we're going to test the ORPs, which means oxidation reduction potential. Anything positive on the meter is full of pro-oxidants, which leads to rusting, and anything negative is full of antioxidants. And then the microclustering of this water, which makes this device a medical device in Japan. And they've been using it in Japanese hospitals since 1974. And now we have the convenience of being able to buy these and putting it in our homes. So what I want to do is I want to go over to the sink, and I'm going to grab a cup here, 2 cups actually, one that I'm going to fill up with Kangen water, and the other one I want to fill up with tap water. Now this is the highest level, it's at 9.5. Okay, there's different pHs depending on the state of somebody's health or whatever. We have to be careful because this will detox the body. So make sure that you talk to either I or somebody else on my team so that we can tell you where you need to start, at what level you need to start. In fact, 8.5 is a baseline where we start people. But I'm going to go ahead and use this ORP meter. This is the Kangen water. Remember, anything negative is full of antioxidants. Anything positive is full of pro-oxidants. And as you see there, you have a negative reading of about -500. Now this is 3 to 8 times stronger in antioxidants than green tea, which is amazing. Let's go over here to the tap water now. You'll notice that it's positive 300 and something, and it's continuing to rise. Okay? Now I want to show you that I picked a lot of waters that a lot of people are buying, thinking that they are healthy. And I want you to see that I'm opening these containers up. This is Fiji. A lot of people drink this. I see it a lot that people drink. This is Deer Park. Okay, I want to test that as well. This is vitamin water. I see a lot of people in the gym actually try this water. Here's Evian, spelled naive backwards, or it spells naive backwards. So we kind of joke about that, me and my team. This is Aquafina. See this a lot. that people drink. So we're going to test the ORP value of it as well. Sodas. A lot of people drink lots of soda. All right, Propel, we think that this is extremely healthy, and by the time I'm done showing you the ORPs of this and the pH, you'll probably stop drinking these so-called energy drinks or electrolyte sport drinks because they're not really healthy. And then of course we have Dasani, which is made through reverse osmosis, which we know distilled waters and reverse osmosis waters are just acidic as well and not very healthy. So let me come back here and I'm going to dip this meter into the Fiji. You know that has a positive 300 and something reading there. Okay, let's go into this Deer Park. Deer Park is pretty high, 360, 370. Let's go into the vitamin water here. Vitamin water is 350, 360 something as well. Let's go into the Dasani. A little bit less than some of the others. Okay, 310, 315. Let's go into the Aquafina, still over 300. Let's go into the soda. Soda is going to be positive 430. Let's go into the Propel. Propel is a little bit less, but still in the 320s. And then let's go to the Dasani, the reverse osmosis. A lot of people have reverse osmosis machines. My parents had them, and we threw it away. We understand why they call reverse osmosis dead water in China. It's because there's no life-giving properties of the water. So let me go back here. Let me just show you right here that still has a negative 470 to let you know that we're not playing any tricks or anything like that. Okay? So we know that none of these waters were negatively charged except for the Kangen water, which was at negative 460 to negative 500 plus. Okay? Now the antioxidant property of this water is going to neutralize first. So that's why getting it fresh out of the machine when you try it for a little while is definitely important. Okay, you want to get water from a free-flowing stream rather than a stagnant pond, which is what's happened with a lot of these waters. Okay, and the filtration also of these waters, it's taking all those minerals and life-giving properties out of the water as well. The second thing I want to do is test the pH. Now these are just normal pH testing drops that you would use for your pool. And I want to test, you know. You notice that some will probably be acidic, okay, if they're yellow or orange. Blue and purple means that it's alkaline. Okay. Green is neutral. So as you can see, the only one that's actually alkaline is the Kangen water. Actually, the Fiji will test in between alkaline and neutral, but remember it had a positive ORP reading. Okay. And it takes large amounts of money and stuff to produce this, and it's very expensive water. But just because it has a higher pH, if it's got a positive ORP, it doesn't really matter. So remember, this is alkaline as well because of the ionization that takes place. We're not making alkaline water from baking soda or whatever, which you can do to make alkaline water, but this is ionized water. It's a radical difference. We know that their tap water will test neutral, okay, and the reason being is because no matter what they dump into our water supply, they put lye in it, which has a pH of 13 or 14, way over here, which allows it to continue to test neutral. But you can tell that all of these waters, and Evian tested a little bit higher in pH as well, but remember, still positively charged, is still all very, very acidic. All of this falls into this particular category. So, the first property, like I said, this has tons of antioxidants, okay? All these were positively charged. The second property is the pH, the ionization of the water that makes it alkaline. Now, the third and final property that I want to show you all, and I'll get this out of the way here so you all can see, is the microclustering of the water. Remember I was telling you it has smaller water clusters? Well, I'm going to show that to you, this property, by making tea without heating it up. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to fill up 3 cups of 9.5, okay? There's 1. 2. This will be 3. Let me come back over here. I'm going to take this tea bag. Alright, and I'm going to get this nice and soaked here. And as you notice, it'll just keep getting darker and darker and darker. Hope that this actually helps, that you can see that. Just want you to know that these smaller water clusters is what leads to the more intense hydration, which is probably the most important thing about drinking this water is hydration, okay? I just want to show you that this little tea bag will end up making quite a few servings of tea, okay? This water will actually even take out herbicides and pesticides, and I hope that you can see that, the color there, that it's made some tea, that this will get herbicides and pesticides off of fruits and vegetables, which is very, very, very important. And I've actually gotten herbicides and pesticides off of organic foods, supposedly, at the grocery store. So I hope that this shows you that unless your water, is ionized, it's full of antioxidants, and it has this microclustering property, you're not getting the most nutrient-rich water on the planet. So I hope that seeing all 3 properties has persuaded you to at least want to try this water. And my team and I, we have a 30-day free trial. But this is the beginning stages of regaining your health, because this water is going to help reduce acidity in the body and really start hydrating and even start cleansing out the intestinal tract. So that's core essential number 1. I want to thank you for your time, and click on the link underneath this video to get more information.